Hey everyone, and welcome to Tales of Trusia Campaign 1, Swords of Fortune. I am Cole, one of 2 resident GMs here at Tales of Trusia, and I will be your GM for the duration of this adventure. Across the table, we have 3 Trusia vets in our D&D campaigns. Dylan, he will be playing Eldon, the Bane of Dawn. Jacob, he will be playing Cindric, the Silent Knife. And Trenton, he will be playing Renaki of the Flame. And then we have our resident new player, Blake, and he will be playing Grindstone Threshold. So if y'all want to talk a little bit about your characters.
I'm playing Eldon, the Bane of Dawn. He is a Dawnman who ironically hates his own people and loves to kill them. And there's really not much else to say.
Cindric Silent Knife. I too am a Dawnman, which kind of puts me in an awkward position here. But, just a rogue going around trying to make coin for my living and whatnot. That's it.
Groundholt Threstone. I'm a dwarven runesmith, and he kind of just likes to adventure around, discover new things in the name of science.
I'll be playing Renaki Tenodo. He is a Primordian elf wizard. The Primordian elves, they were more kind of reclusive, and he decided that he wanted to branch out and see what the world had to offer him as far as magic and nature, what it could provide for him, so he could provide it to his home.
So, everyone, our setting opens up in the Bounty Guild of Fort as the bounty broker steps up on the table. Listen up! A special bounty is announced by the guild contract broker, requiring the bounty to be performed by groups of bounty hunters. So as the bounty broker stands up on the table, he begins to read the contract. In the client portion, it is said anonymous, but priority 1. Now to all of you all, priority 1 means of the utmost importance to the guild. The payout is 1,000 gold. The job you are to do. You are to hunt and kill the man known as Selwyn Darkflame. The target has been known to use an alias in the past, but is distinguishable by several burn scars to the right side of his face. The target is known to have several past associates, which might provide information about his whereabouts. These include a sister named Marcella Darkflame, Quade Vander, and Gerald Broadbeam. Harming any of these associates will result in termination of the contract. Once Selwyn is dealt with, hunters must bring back his cherished family signet ring as proof.
Obviously, I think to myself, 1,000 gold. It's an awful lot of gold. Something I would really like to get into. Not too excited about working with other people, but if it's what I got to do to get this contract, it's what I got to do.
Is it 1,000 each?
No.
Or split? Deal.
I could use the 250 gold.
So, as you all begin to gather your thoughts and just kind of think this over.
I look over and I see another Dawnman and I think, perhaps he would be a good man to get into this contract with.
Okay, and then as you're looking out, you kind of can tell that some of these newer bounty hunters, a lot of you have some experience. A lot of the newer bounty hunters and the less experienced, they're already kind of forming into the groups they hunt with normally, leaving the 4 of you just on the floor.
Gosh, I hate being the last one picked.
Right.
Who can I see?
You can see all of them.
All of them? Alright, I'd like to walk up to the dwarf.
Okay.
Hello there.
Are you a Dawnman?
I'm a dwarf.
You're a little short, yeah.
You're quite tall.
Do you want to buddy up?
Sure thing. Let's do it.
Love it.
I'd then like to pick him up and just kind of like awkwardly embrace him in a hug.
As I see my fellow Dawnman and dwarf hugging in the middle here, I too would like to walk up to them and be like, "Hey, you guys going after this bounty?"
When he says that, I'd like to just turn with the dwarf still like mid hug and be like, "Are you a Dawnman?"
Obviously, I am. You can see that.
I will kill you.
You can try. That's all I can say.
We're going to do this bounty together.
At this point, the contract broker is kind of like,
Hello, friends. Hi, I'm
here
Renaki.
we go.
Hi, I'm new here. I understand you guys are going on an adventure. I would also like to join. You could use obviously some strong magic.
You're very handsome.
Very good looking man indeed.
Why, thank you.
Are y'all gonna take the contract or not? Is what the contract broker says from behind the
I'm
table.
gonna lay the dwarf down and just nod silently.
I would like to introduce myself to the dwarf as well. Hi, Cindric.
Hello there, Groundhole.
Hi, Renaki.
Renaki. I obviously don't like Renaki, obviously, because he just came up and started talking to me like he knows me, but we'll deal with that later.
Kind of rude.
Yeah, like, he thinks he's good enough to come talk to us.
Are you
A couple of
Are you
dogs.
saying this to the contract broker in character?
Yeah, no, this is 100% me being serious.
I just pay you. I have no care about who you're partnered up
Okay, well then give us the contract.
And
We got our group.
He takes the contract paper and he hands it, I presume, to you because you're speaking to him.
Obviously.
There you go.
Thank you. Now, it has all the information on the contract
and you
itself.
can recall it at any point
Excellent.
while you have the contract.
I do like having that. I would like to I'd like to roll it up and put it in my little bag. Just so it's
My little merc.
just so it's aware, the bounty is in my bag at any point.
Let it be known.
Let it be known. So when someone's like, "Well, where'd the contract come from?" It's in my bag. Don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Merce, whatever. I don't really care. Anyways, so obviously we have we have the bounty. We have some information based on it. We can go talk to these people. Do you guys want to split up, each take a person, maybe go talk to them, see if we can get more information?
What fun would that be? I want to join hand in hand together. Stroll, maybe skip to our next location.
We're not doing that. Anyways, hey, Bounty Master, do you know where the locations of these people are on the contract that he is known associated with?
Not a clue, but having been a resident of Forktown long enough, I would assume that you would know the one spot in this town where you can get all the information you need.
Well, boys, to the tavern we go. If anybody has anything against that, speak now, forever hold your peace. Awesome. So let's all go to the tavern.
At this point, the bounty broker's just kind of like.
And I look over at the bounty hunter and I'm like, you got a problem there, bud? You got an issue? Got a problem? No? We're gonna do your contract? Isn't that what you want?
Please just leave.
I'm pretty sure you want us to do your contract, right? Like you want us to do this for you?
And he says, they promised me professionals. And he goes back in his office and closes the door.
Get a load of this guy. Anyways, to the tavern we go?
Yeah.
Y'all agreement?
Mm-hmm.
To the tavern.
My favorite place.
Well, you're a dwarf, so you're obviously an alcoholic.
Okay, at this point, I would like to let y'all know that it is just becoming dusk outside, so the sun is just starting to set in Trusia. As you make your way around the Bounty Guild through various alleys and street paths leading you around the town square and over to where the Dip in the Fork is. When you enter the Dip in the Fork, you can notice that its traffic flow just never seems to change. It's always bustling, and there's always 3 or 4 bartenders busily behind the counter preparing drinks. There's a kitchen staff back there working, and then you have the host, who is Byron Croft. If any of you want to write that down. And then with him is his young daughter, Mira.
Obviously, I look to my fellow Donman. Listen, Donman, me and you. I know you don't like me, because apparently you just don't like your own kind. But, I know how you are. I know who you are. You're one of me. So we gotta do this together, and then, we'll worry about the dwarf and the wizard later, or whatever. So, I'm gonna go talk to the barkeep, obviously. Would you like to join me?
with a woman?
You pretty good at flirting?
No.
Are either one of you versed in the cunnilingual talk?
Can't say I am. More versed in the art of drinking.
You're a tall, attractive man. Why don't you go try to talk to her?
I will go swim the lady. What do we want to do?
Try to not talk so obnoxious. She might like you more.
How about this?
Okay, whatever. Anyway, you go talk to the attractive lady because you're obviously a tall, good-looking man. Me and my fellow Donman here will go talk to the barkeep.
Okay, yeah, we'd like to.
What information do we need?
We need to know where these people are.
Have you
Those
been
guys
listening
associated.
at all?
See, this is why I hate wizards right here. It's all magic and spirit and shit, but they won't pay attention.
Yeah.
I don't need to. It's disappointments. It's easy. It'll be easy.
If it's so easy, why are you asking questions?
I wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention.
exactly. So it's
At
not
this,
easy.
point, at
Anyways.
this point, your argument in the door of this tavern has kind of got people coming from their food and just, well, let's not say coming away from their food. Let's say that they have transitioned their food to be able to have the dinner and the show at the same time that's playing out.
Okay, whatever. We're not doing this here. You go talk to the lady. Me and you go talk to the barkeep. Dwarf, don't get drunk.
I walk in the mirror.
Where is the barkeep?
So if you all come in the door,
Mhm.
the barkeep is kind of this back, I guess you say right back side door.
Okay, I
And
like
then
the bar.
restaurant area. Yes.
Okay, are there tables as we walk towards him?
Yeah, the whole way.
Okay, I'd like to just, as we're walking, just grab, I don't know, like a drumstick or something, and keep walking, just like a swift motion, and just start eating as we walk by to him.
Okay. Do you want to do this blatantly or? with a
Oh
little
yeah,
feeling?
I want them to just know it. I'm a big dude. I think they'll probably be chill.
As soon as he grabs it, I grab him. What are you doing? We are not here to start
and
trouble.
when you look back,
I'm hungry.
when you look back, you notice that the table you're taking it from has just one patron there, and it's an elderly man with cloth wrapped around his eyes, and he's now feeling for the drumstick that he knew was on
You
his plate.
stole from a blind man. Are you trying to start trouble here? We don't need to be here forever. We just need to get the information. Get out.
hungry.
We could have bought a leg of mutton or whatever the hell you just grabbed.
I'm out of money. Hence the contract.
Okay.
I'd like to hand the old man just, I don't know, anything that's similar to like the size and object of it. Just put it in his hand. Here you go, sir.
Like, are we talking like a torch, maybe?
Anything. Yeah, sure.
Shake
I'll
my
pull
head.
a torch off.
This
I'll pull
fool.
like the candle from the middle of the table and just put it in his hand. Here, sir.
And he takes a huge bite out of the candle and he goes, they sure don't make this chicken like they used to. And he takes another bite from the candle.
Okay. We keep going. We just keep going.
Yeah,
keep
let's-
trucking.
Anyways, we go up to the barkeep to talk to them about the information as my comrade's chomping on this leg. Barkeep, we need some information.
Alright, what kind of information?
I need to know the location.
I would love the recipe for this chicken.
We don't have
Everyone would!
we don't have time for the chicken.
No time for chicken.
I love chicken.
What are you gonna? How are you gonna pay to make it if we don't have any money?
I need herbs and spices.
Give me a tankard, would you?
Anyways,
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh. And he busily writes it down and he gives you the recipe for the chicken and he says, just don't tell them.
I too will put it in his merce.
I take it from him and put it in my bag. As
And
I
then I want to really quickly flip the script and just grab the the bartender and just pull him in and say, "Sir, do you know where? What is her name? Who's the sister?"
I pull out the bounty and look at it and look for the name.
And you realize
Whisper it in my ear,
It is.
Cindric.
you realize that it is Marcella Dark.
Where is Marcella? And I just want to flop him and shoot.
don't know who Marcella
Again, I grab my fellow Donman to set him down and pull him to the side. We don't need everybody in the tavern to know what our business is. There's no need to make a spectacle.
I think all of the bounty hunters in this town know.
I understand, but that information that we're getting from the barkeep, everybody doesn't know, and we need to keep it that
You know,
way.
there's some guys in the corner playing dragon dice, and they might know what you want. Just let me go.
And I just like to gently lay him down, kind of smooth things out, a little pat, little love pat.
As he kind of shins away from
I'd like to walk away.
Dwarf.
So I guess I'm going over and I'm talking to Myra while all this is going on. Question for GM:
you.
as a wizard, do I have the ability to change voice? Okay, kind of like not like conjuring, but kind of like alter his voice. There's no cantrip specifically on the sheet or anything
Yeah.
like that.
How about give me an Arcana check, and we'll go from there.
15.
How would you like to change your voice?
Just I want to sound proper.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna talk regularly, but to
Yep.
everyone around you, it just sounds like you're speaking.
I want to know what our proper is.
Are you better than everybody? Is
Yeah.
that
Oh,
wrong?
100%.
Like, you've got some money bags.
You could have been suave. Like, you could have been suave toward this lady.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what
No, proper and suave are two totally different kind of
Milady.
voices. No.
Milady.
No. No. Proper's like, you go bang.
Thou is fine and attractive.
How are you?
And the poor people just
We need suave. We need you to slide in this chick's
like
Yeah, slide into her DMs or mailbox or whatever. the
Slide into her
equivalent is.
pigeon carrier.
Tell her you want to take all 14 hours it takes to get her garments off.
So what are we trying to say to her?
I'm gonna use conjuring. I'm gonna,
And can I just clarify, you're going for the barkeep's daughter?
yeah.
How old is the
No,
daughter?
it's fine. She's
14,
younger than he
you know,
is.
ready
But
to marry.
whenever I explained it, she's younger than he is, but she's like a just coming into adult. Like what I mean by that.
So she's had her
It's
blood.
legal. You're good.
Yeah, she's like 20 years old. No, she's like 20 years old, and her dad's probably closer to his 40s, 50s, maybe even reaching 60s.
I like to conjure some just a little rose in my hand.
Right in front of her.
Yeah.
That's
it's
pretty
like,
suave.
Yeah,
That is pretty suave.
good. I'll give you that.
Give me a charisma check at advantage.
Doesn't she just grab air though?
Does he conjure
Yes.
the actual rose, or is it just like a?
It's just I think
Yeah.
it's just an image.
Yeah.
Oh. It's the last.
10.
10. We'll say at first she is very taken back. For me? As she reaches out and the rose disappears as her fingers clutch into it.
You should listen. I'm sorry.
Has
It's
performance
okay.
issues.
I'm used to men with performance issues.
Have you heard of the Joe Broadbent? His whereabouts? Or Marcella?
Not that I'm aware of. I know a lot of stuff.
Burns on his face.
The chicken.
Burns on his face. Can I do a perception check with that guy to see if it matches the burns that was in the contract? Got a 20.
It's pretty obvious that she's just so aloof to what is going on right now. And there is a chicken guy. She's being forthright.
I think it's the
forthright.
voice, man.
Yeah.
So this guy, the guy she pointed at, is the guy that the matches description of selling dark flame.
No. She's explaining to you the person who delivers the poultry to the tavern.
So
So it's not the guy.
I'm
No.
confused. Yeah.
It is not. It is not. Sorry.
she's not very
yeah.
bright.
Gotcha.
She's like the mindless milkmaid. Like
Yeah.
that's fine.
Oh.
The milkmaid.
That's just what it is.
Let's. Do we have like a picture of this room? The contract room?
I have the contract in my purse, like I said 4 times.
No, but was there a picture? Like a drawing of it? Like with the one on the screen?
No, there was not.
Well, that's garbage. I was just gonna ask. Anyway. Well, what do you do? I just kind of like laying on the bar.
I'm doing what I do every night, and cleaning mugs.
I've got a buddy. If you want to meet me upstairs tonight. I'm sure there's a room here, right?
Persuasion check.
Oh, please don't get kicked out.
We are never gonna find these people.
I got a 7.
I'm not that kind of girl, and she goes back and.
As I notice my friend scaring this poor lady off, I'm like, wizard, come on, dwarf, you two. We're gonna go talk to these people in the corner over there.
Okay.
Do I get to come?
You're with me.
So you're going to the Dragon Dice table?
Yes, with all the gentlemen. As I call my dwarf and wizard friend with me.
Okay.
And my fellow Donovan, he's there too.
So you get there and you find that there are actually 5 seats empty, and that they are about to deal in the next game. Now, let's switch from characters real quick. Some of you have played before, I know, so I don't know if some of you are familiar with Dragon's Dice, but I will explain it again. You will take a 6-sided dice. You will roll this dice 6 times. The highest score wins. Every player can lie because you are the only one who knows your score. However, if you are found to be false on an insight check, you are kicked from the table. Play again. Same with the NPCs. Is everybody clear on that?
I want to be that guy, but like I zoned out past the highest dice.
That's okay, we'll just run it.
Okay.
I walk up and I look at all these gentlemen playing this game, and I'm like, how about you deal us in?
To which the dealer at the table's kind of circular, and in the center is a cutout for the dealer. He slides each of you a cup with dice in the middle of it.
Obviously, we all take a seat.
Yep. And let's go ahead and get round 1 prepared. So we will start with, and there are only 2 NPCs playing. So we will start with you, Eldon, and you will make the first bet. Nick goes around from there.
Okay, I have no money, so I'm going to bet the lives of the 2 men across from me.
Okay. The dealer says, okay, lives the 2 men across from you, going once.
Okay.
So 2 lives. And then it goes.
Dealer, what do I do now?
It's okay. Roll your dice. Now keep that to yourself. And that's when little goblin at the table only roll once.
Goblin?
That's when the little goblin at the table goes, no, you can tell me.
Shut your mouth, Goblin.
You shut your mouth.
That's it.
Calm down. Everybody calm down.
I'll deal with
sir,
you
it
later.
is your turn.
I bet the life of that goblin.
Okay. We're up to 3 lives now. 3 lives.
I'm gonna bet the next 5 rounds are free from me.
None of us are betting currency.
Next 5 rounds free.
Do we have
At the dealer saying next 5 rounds free, it draws the attention of the tavern owner, who when he hears it is just kind of like looking back at the table. And he's like, maybe 3 rounds free.
I look over at him and wave.
He waves back to you, and it is your turn. The problem is you are all skint broke.
After this, we're gonna have to go find a job.
This is our job.
No.
I will bet. My left shoe. Well, I hate him.
Left shoe.
I'd like to lean over to the goblin and say, 6.
He has a 6! He has a 6! He says to the person playing with him. And now it actually comes to that goblin. It comes to that goblin's turn. He says, "I'll make 3 silver." And he rolls his dice. And then the final NPC. I'll keep it at 3 silver.
Their lives are worth 3 silver.
Goblin's not worth trash.
So that brings it to 6.
Mm.
And
What do I do?
What will be your poison?
always pick your
Here you go.
My fellow Dogman's life.
God.
one life of a friend.
This man can kill me.
I don't understand this game. I'm gonna flip the. Well, yeah, screw it. I'm gonna flip the table. I'm gonna grab both of these dudes. Where's the nearest exit?
So if you all were at the bar, you're now in this corner, so you would have to go diagonally through
Noticing my comrade's actions,
But there is also a window behind you.
I grab the goblin from him, toss him through the window. Like through the window.
Are you just gonna accept that, or are you gonna?
Yeah, man, I'll
resist?
toss that guy. I don't care. He
I
got
grab
me.
the goblin from him,
Okay,
toss
as
him
the
through the
goblin
window.
as he flies to the window.
I'll take that guy and I'll just hop through the window so I can get to the guy.
I look to the other two guys. Let's skinny, boys. We gotta go. And I hop out the window.
As I go running.
But to everybody else, it sounds like.
Indubitably.
And then,
So,
so once the goblin's tossed out, and you all get, because I assume you went through the window as well with him.
oh yeah, I jumped out right
When you
after.
get out, the goblin goes, "Do you know who we are?"
Grab the goblin.
Okay.
I grab the goblin like a man. I mean, just full power grab him.
We're members of the Vander gang.
I'm sorry.
Did you-
Did you say the finger gang?
Did you guys all?
No, the Vander gang.
Oh, okay.
The dwarf tries to come out through the window, but because he's so short, since he's so short and drunk, he just kind of falls over. Falls on his head.
I told you not to get drunk.
With
Wolf.
the.
Yeah, with a
Right on
nice
the ground.
thud on the ground.
Yeah.
I'd like to. Who am I holding? What does this guy look like? Or chick, whoever it is.
Oh, it's a guy, and he's let's say, he's kind of lanky. He's not as tall as a Dahlman because he is a Loman, but he's skinny for a Loman. He's kind of lanky. He has what we might consider to be a mullet, but it's not quite a mullet because it is longer all the way through here, but it does get longer in the back.
It's a party in the back.
Yes, it is a part in the back.
I'd like to shake him and say, who are we looking for?
I pull out the contract once again.
Yes, and in the contract you are looking for Quaid Vander, Marcella Darkflame, and Gerald.
Where
Baldwin.
is Jack Quaid?
I don't know who Jack Quaid is, and he throws a wild punch towards you.
Okay, can I bite his fist?
Let's see if he even hits first.
Okay.
I would like to pull out my dagger and just have it to the goblin's throat at this point. So
Does a 6 hit you?
No, it does not.
So you can do whatever you want with that fist.
Okay, do you need me to roll for that?
No.
Okay, I just want to bite his fist and like just dig in deep.
So as he's punching towards the face of Eldon, his knuckles are just stopped by his teeth. That's now sinking into his knuckles, and the guy's screaming, "What is wrong with you?"
I'd like to call the dwarf over. Reinhold, bring me your hammer. Reinhold, bring me your hammer.
Then Grindhold is gonna get up. He trips. He manages to make it over.
stumbles over it, he says.
Yeah, he's
How does he hand the hammer? Is it like a good, or is it kind of like a?
Oh, he's gonna flip it up and catch the front and try to hand it.
No, you use the hammer and hit his knees.
I'm gonna flip it back over and try to throw it at him. Throw it at
Okay,
the guy's butt.
make me a ranged attack with your hammer.
I'm gonna get hit.
Is that this one?
Yes. Good golly, Miss Molly, don't throw anything. Don't. You're a dwarf.
Plus dex.
So +1.
18.
18.
Yeah, that definitely. It actually manages to swipe both knees and crack them.
Impressive.
You might want to go pick it up
Impressive.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get that hammer.
Okay, and then I'll say, read the list of names again for him.
I'm gonna tell you because I want you to actually read the list, but it's Quaid Vander, Marcella Darkflame, and Gerald Broadbeam.
You're gonna have to. Okay, so Gerald Broadbeam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Quaid Vander.
Vander. Okay, and Marcella.
Yep, Darkflame.
Marcella Darkflame. So as I want to check my grip on this goblin's throat. By the way, I just want to make sure he's not going anywhere. Not too tight, but where he's like, but not dying. You know what I mean?
Okay, so he's over there like.
But he obviously can't get away. I just want to make sure that's a point. He's
Yeah.
not gonna like rip out of my hand and scurry you off into the darkness.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, so I look at the man with his broken knees as my fellow Dahlman holds him. These are the names we were looking for.
Just his knees blowing in the wind.
And he goes, please end me.
Listen, man, I will end your miserable life if you will just let us know the information that you have. I intimidate him with that.
Roll an intimidation check.
No, I just do.
While he's doing that, I'm looking at the goblin in his eyes. I'm using intrusive glare.
Okay.
Okay, so 12. Let's see here. Actually, can I do deception? Would it be deception or would it be intimidation?
Intimidation.
Okay, I was about to say, because. So plus 4, so 16.
16?
Yep.
Okay, and he says, fine, but not for everyone to hear. And he brings you in close. Now, they're going to hear this now, but
Only
you can
I know
choose,
it.
Yes, you
Okay.
can choose whether to share it to them. And he tells you that in exchange for some information, he wants you to let his colleague go. And he also tells you that Quave Vander has taken up residence in an abandoned fort, kind of towards the beginning of the mountain pass that leads to the snow tops.
Torn. He's telling me this before I let his little goblin go?
Yes.
Awesome sauce. Go ahead.
And then he just starts kind of coughing and just kind of crying with pain. He's not bleeding out of his mouth or anything, but he's coughing and crying.
Bleeding out of his hand, right in my mouth.
Obviously, I'm not gonna keep my word. I don't care about this scum, but I'm keeping the goblin with me because he's going with me. Because if this information is wrong, I'm telling the guy that he's holding right now. If the information is wrong, I will literally skin this goblin alive. I want that to be known. So I want him to understand that if he's telling me a lie right now, I'm skinning this goblin alive.
What do I have to lie for?
I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know you like that. I'm just telling you right now.
Kill me.
I'll second his wishes. If it ain't true.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna be honest with you, mostly because I just don't want to really deal with that right now. But I will.
He looks to the goblin, kind of starting to lose consciousness from the pain. He can't really tell how tight your grip on the goblin is. He's just, run, scat.
So your name is Scat, is it? Good to know. Scat the goblin. You'll pay for that one. I say, oh, you want to take your friend to run? That's fine. We'll just let you bleed out slowly and die.
I'll spit his fist out and I'll just kind of fling him on the ground.
I look at
He
the.
just kind of lands.
I look at my fellow dog and I say, you deal with that how you see fit. I don't really care about him.
Dwarf!
Yes?
Hit him with your hammer on the other arm!
I'd be honored.
Oh, shit.
19.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm
Wait.
not gonna make you roll damage for these.
Wizard,
they're not
can you
actual
make him
combat
not be
scenarios.
able to be heard by anybody else? Do you have that kind of power over there? Just curious. I don't want everybody to be hearing us torture this guy in the middle of the night.
But yeah, you bring it right down where his
It's forked
elbow
down.
connects his bicep and his forearm, and all y'all hear is just like a as it comes through
Celery
the
snap.
bone, and he's kind of like, and he's just laying there. He's like, why?
Shall we go to the snow tops?
Does anybody have any rope by any chance?
I don't know that information.
I do have
Never
some
mind.
backpack.
You have some rope in your
I
backpack?
do indeed.
Can I borrow that rope?
You can.
I'd like to tie this goblin up.
Prim rope,
There
true
you go.
steel. Is that like an endless rope?
Thanks, man. Oh, he's got endless rope. Let me
Oh.
just take the wizard rope. Hey, wizard, can I have some of your rope?
Absolutely, and it's steel. Here you go. How much you want? How much you want?
It's enough to tie up a goblin.
Well, it just keeps going, man. It's
Yeah,
endless.
Okay, I'd like to tie the goblin up really well. Like, extremely
Okay,
well.
performance check.
Don't mind if I diddly do.
Diddly-do.
Okay, so 16 plus 2, 18.
Yeah, you've got several. Are we like? Are we talking time where you can
Hogtie.
walk? Hogtie.
No,
Okay, you want
hogtie.
hogtie. Yeah. So you've got some. You've got one really, really good knot.
Like, I want his ankles tied to his wrist so I can pack him like a purse.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you've got on his wrist, you've got one knot overlapping another knot, and then you came around with the feet knot and tied it in like that. So he's pretty tied up.
I divulged the information that the one feller on the ground writhing in pain let me know to my fellow associates here. Gentlemen, we're headed
I accidentally shared. I said, let's go to the snow tops. But then I remembered I didn't know that, so...
Which, there's no way he didn't know that because he was literally holding on to him.
His fist was in my mouth.
Yeah.
So if anything, he did hear that, and I was like, as my fellow Domin heard and said, we're headed out to this, actually, riddle me this, gentlemen. Would we like to do something to make a little bit of money before we go, or do you guys just want to go head out to
That's
try to
the
find
whole
this
point
guy?
I
of
bet this
adventure.
homeboy's got money on him.
Ooh, we could just loot the place.
He did bet 3 silver.
3
So
silver.
He's
Oh.
kind of a high roller.
And that's 3 more silver than the rest of you bet.
All right, well, Domin Dwarf, between you two, he threw the hammer and broke his legs. You held him there, so whoever gets to loot that body is up to you guys.
I just want his
Oh,
tongue.
he's not dead yet.
No, I know.
He's
That's
just
okay.
laying there going, liar,
That's okay.
as you tied his goblin.
Yeah, like, hey, I hate to break it to you, but it's all about the money, and I really don't care about your life.
I just want his tongue. So I'll take out my dagger and cast Flaming Sword, which just puts a flame to the blade, so it'll cauterize it. And I'll just go...
And he's kind of, like screaming in pain as you're doing
I'd
it.
imagine, as people would do.
So, Dwarf, I guess you get all the money and stuff off of him.
Thanks for the silver.
Well, you gotta search him,
Oh, well.
and you gotta roll for that, right?
Yep. So roll me an
Yeah.
investigation check.
Right, which is your... right here. But not yours.
15.
Yeah, so on him, you find a small coin purse with not a crazy amount, but just like, we'll say 20 silver pieces. And just so you know, the gold to silver ratio is 2
What's your
silver equals
intelligence?
1 gold.
Okay.
So you have
13.
equivalently 10 gold or
Plus
20
what?
silver.
Sweet.
Okay, so your intelligence...
Do I find anything else on him, or that's
Just
it?
gold.
Plus 3. Dwarf, would you mind searching this goblin for me?
Wouldn't mind at all.
Thanks, man. His investigation's higher, so... I know he's a better searcher.
19.
19, awesome.
Huh, how about that?
How about that?
So, on the goblin, you find just kind of like bones in his pocket, like
Where's his silver?
from little vermin.
Are they chicken bones?
Chicken or crow, whichever
Never
one.
mind.
But as you're searching him, you kind of notice an odd single tattoo on his back.
Okay, so all we get is bones? Where was the silver he was betting? Was it his homie's silver?
Well, it's safe to assume he bet all the silver he had. that
So it was
day.
at the table.
Yes.
Not much.
Okay, so who's
He has a gambling habit, okay?
who's really good at investigation? Or I guess perception. Your wisdom, either one.
My investigation
My
is a
perception.
+4.
I'm perception's plus.
Would both you guys look at these bones and tell me if they're crow or chicken?
Okay, sure.
I'm
sure,
just
let me
curious.
investigate.
And someone asked that goblin what that tattoo symbol means.
I have a 7.
Am I doing perception or investigation?
Investigation.
19.
Okay. To you, they look like chicken bones with scratches in them.
Chicken.
And to you, you kind of notice the runic language of the goblins. And while this is a bunch of, like charlatan stuff, it seems like this goblin might have been trying to scam people by trying to give them goblin bone readings. So he's ate a chicken.
Goblin
He's
bone readings.
ate a chicken, and he's carved on his bones, and he's sitting out there with a hood, if you can imagine, and he's just like throwing the bones out, giving whoever will pay him a reading of their future.
Oh,
Yes, this goblin here, he thinks he's smart. He scams me.
I hate this goblin. Anyways, I pull out my dagger and put it to this goblin's throat, who just witnessed us, like, absolutely brutalize his friend.
Did you gag him, or is he just...
He's just sitting there chilling,
Oh.
probably screaming like an idiot. I don't know if he-
Please don't cut my throat!
I look at him and I say, "You see what I did to your friend? You see I don't really."
I saw it all!
So you obviously shouldn't live, right? Because you're gonna tell people.
No, I should!
You should live. Interesting. So I'm gonna tell you right now. Obviously, you see what
Would
we.
you like a
Hey,
fortune?
shut your mouth. Shut your dirty goblin
I would like to
mouth.
say, I would like my fortune red.
No, because I'd have to untie him. And
I
without
will need
doing-
my bones in my hand!
Exactly. No, goblin. Listen, scat. Later.
He needs
We'll
fortunes.
get you later. Your fortune will be the same over. Anyways, listen here, goblin. You see what we did to your friend. Obviously, we don't care about your lives or who you are or where you're from. So you either tell me what the symbol on your back means, or I'm gonna slit your throat.
Mm.
And I can intimidate you, or you can just
It's a
take
strong
that.
argument.
So that's a no to the fortune!
That's a no to your life if you don't tell me what I want to know.
What do you want to know?
What is the symbol on your back mean? Where's that from? What is that?
It's just a clan symbol.
All right, which clan? What is the name of your clan?
You wouldn't know it.
I smack him. Right as my...
I do intrusive glare on him again. I can see his intention now. Or, yeah.
His intentions towards him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's obviously concealing the fact that the symbol is the mark of the gang that they're in, but also like deeper into his mind, you discover that he's also trying to hide it from you because it's also how they mark the path exactly to the fortress.
You've got to tell us that because we can't see that. So you got to tell us what you saw.
Would you like to see a picture of my Graham Goblin?
Like, do you know a family of Gibbons in your clan? Any chance?
Cendric.
Hold on.
You're gonna let
The great-great-grandfather of Gunnar Gibbons.
Do you know any Gibbons in your clan?
No,
Do you know any? Interesting. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, wizard.
I'm not a Gibbons if you let me go.
Anyways,
the mark on his back. It's his clan.
Okay.
It's his gang.
Tracking. Yeah.
And it shows a map.
Liar!
Interesting. So obviously, I take the dagger and I peel it off his back.
Okay, as he screams in pain.
I smack him again. Shut up. I ain't dealing with him right now.
You smack him, but it only makes him whimper before he goes back to screaming while you're cutting the skin off of his
So
back.
I look at the wizard. I say, "Hey, wizard, do you know how to read this map since you read his mind?"
Let's see here.
And he
What do I
looks
need to
he looks at you and who's been more amiable to him, and he goes, "Stat will serve you if you free."
I would just like to slowly caress his head. They said I can get the fortune later. Don't die until then.
Hey,
I take the skin flap he just gave me. And I kind of like try to shake it off a little bit. Very carefully, just kind of like try to like lay it out on the ground.
as he's doing that, I look at my dominant and I'm like, "Hey, man, can you cauterize his back real quick so he doesn't die, so you can get your fortune read later?"
Okay, so I
You all bleed out. It's fine. It's fine.
So I take my dagger
Merciful giant.
and I cast Flaming Sword again, and I go down and I just pierce right through him.
Oh my god.
and he starts getting on fire, and I clearly didn't mean to do that much, and I'm like patting him, and yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of goes with a tss at first as it enters his body before he starts squealing, but as he said, the magic was a little bit too powerful and he quickly bursts into flames, and then he's trying to pat him out while the goblin's screaming and ultimately dies right there on the ground.
I want to grab him and shake him, kind of like a doll. My fortune! You didn't give me my fortune!
You're the one who murdered him, so that's your own damn fault. I don't know what to tell
Kind
you.
of toss his carcass.
I go and get the carcass.
I'm looking at this map.
I remove the skull. I want to keep the goblin skull. Thank you very much. I would like to keep the goblin skull.
Yeah, so
Just putting it in here.
you can just look at it. So right now it's kind of like
Where's my inventory bag?
it's kind of like in a way that
Oh yeah.
it
Where's
looks
the
like
bag?
it looks like a tattoo. Like it doesn't look like a map at all. But as you if you kind of squint your eyes and you kind of start angling it, you can start to tell that it looks like it's detailing trees, moving and then moving through a clearing, up a little mountain pass, through a cave, and out onto the other side of the mountain where there is, in fact, a fortress.
Does it kind of match up to the story that he told us, like where the person before is?
Yes. Yeah.
Wizard, I'd like a little bit of rope to tie this goblin skull to my belt.
How much do you want, buddy?
Just a foot. Just a foot. I said take it down a notch. I tied the goblin skull to my belt.
Great.
Okay, I actually think before we go any further to deal with Quaid Vander and his gang of hooligans, we will actually stop there for today.
Oh, well, okay.
Thank you. This has been Tales of Trusia.